Singapore's getting there. Got 3, 4, 5 Singaporean fans. And I think it's generally mostly Vietnam. I think most of you guys think Vietnam's going to win. Either way, the game has started. It is the knife round, so let's hop on to the match. Best of 1. Singapore versus Vietnam. Winner of the knife round will decide which half they'll be starting on. And you guys know very well that Inferno is a very CT-sided map. You always want to start off on the CT side of Inferno, and the Czech-Iceland match was weird because Iceland did start off on the CT side and still got demolished. You don't really see a lot of that, but I think that Singapore, as I mentioned earlier, team that really knows how to play the maps tactically. They really know their smokes and flashes, and if they will consistently use utility and will have money for that utility, they will really have a chance at winning this game against Vietnam. Vietnam are so crazy good when it comes to aim. They're so crazy good, but on a map like Inferno, it's not too much about aim as it is about like understanding how to play the map and how to use utility on the CT side. But Vietnam's going to be starting off on the CT side here. They've won the knife round. So let's see. Yep, they want to switch. Vietnam on the CT side. Let's see how many terrorist side rounds Singapore will be able to pick up. So pretty much the momentum should be starting off for the strongest side. Singapore are an underdog coming into this match. Just for those who are perhaps new to the Asian qualifiers, Vietnam definitely one of the stronger teams in this tournament. So we do expect them perhaps to pick up this best of 1, but best of 1s are notorious for interesting scores and are notorious for underdogs winning matches. So for that reason, you can't expect anything. And a lot of you guys have probably bet on esportgaming.com using that TWC referral code. And most of you probably bet for Vietnam, as you saw the odds were like 86%. But, of course, people who've bet for Singapore, I mean, it's a bit of a gamble, but they do end up winning this best of 1. You're going to win yourself a lot of money, and it's not such a bad gamble, really, because Singapore, as much as they, you know, had a really close game against South Korea, whom got destroyed by Vietnam on Mirage. They're a team that showed a lot of kind of mental hardness, I guess, against South Koreans. They really wanted it. You could see that they really wanted that draw, that they really wanted that win at the beginning. And just that kind of factor in a team, knowing that the team practice a lot, knowing that the team really wants to win, that gives them that X factor. That gives them that little bit of extra that might allow them to beat a team that's on paper a lot stronger. We do have a 4-man stack over on the B side. They're going to go for the banana control here. Impression goes down, the best player for the Singaporean side. And Singapore in a lot of trouble. They should be responding, going to the B side almost immediately, but they're just going to try and fight them here in banana, and it's not looking good for Singapore at all. Vietnam, it looks like they're going to pick up the pistol round. Easily done. Actually, yeah, 4 players. For a moment, I thought it was 5 of the Vietnamese players moving down banana. But unbelievable. Easy peasy for Vietnam here. Crazy guy in Viz picking up a fraggage. Nico's got 2 with the Glock. The bomb's down, though. He's on his own. He's got control of the site. And there wasn't a fast enough call from the Singaporeans. I mean, as soon as they saw them come down that fast, they should have flashed them and just ran towards the A site, got the entry, got the bomb plant, and played for the after plant position. But the Vietnamese are pretty badly hurt. I mean, Nico has a good chance there. He's got armor as well. He just has to, he has to be the one on the attack since the bomb is down. And Simon's going to take him out pretty easily. So there you have it, 1-0 for Vietnam as they pick up the pistol round. And now we will see probably a false buy here from the Singaporeans since they didn't get the bomb plant. Really nice banana rush there from Vietnam. Now, we don't really see a lot of that on this map. I mean, we do see CTs go for aggressive banana control, but not like running with 4 players down. But now we do have more of a normal setup here from the Vietnamese, as they've resorted for the 2-3 setup. Crazy guy seeing a lot of terrorists pushing in. 2 MP7s here on the B side, and they've already really badly hurt the Singaporeans. They're down onto relatively low health. They're going to get the 2 entries and the bomb planted here. Singapore, it's a pretty good force buy by them. The Tech-9 is very vicious with these fast pushes into sight, so you have to be careful about that. But with this retake, the CT should be able to pick it up. Nico with another frag there on Viz. 3 versus 2. Not a lot of health here on the Singaporean players, but Zach is going to finish off the job there. 3K for him. Alex now on his own at Ruins. Columbus is going to go for the defuse. He's got his teammate to get his back. And the defuse... Oh, it's not going to happen. Alex takes him out. He does have a defuse kit, though. Alex is still alive. He's going to go for the defuse. There's no time. If Alex just looks, he's getting... Oh, no! Just at the last second. I can't believe it. Zach is going to get the defuse. Ninja style from Vietnam. Both of them are just ignoring Alex completely. And had he been just a second earlier, he would have got that. Look at that. Alex. Oh, my God. No. Oh, dear. 2-0. That was so close for Singapore. Alex, he had to go. He had to trust his instinct. And I mean, that's just, he doesn't understand the timer, because it was gonna go. If he knew the timer, he realized, he should have realized, right, Vietnam, they have to go for the defuse no matter what. Volume 0.1 confirmed. Wow, impression. Nice shot. Crazy guy with a deagle shot to the face. We've got an interesting boost here on top. Zach is actually on top of Quad, and he's going to give away his position, but he'll pick up a frag regardless. Drops down, takes down Nico as well. Nicely done there by the Skyred player. Singapore have got two players moving towards the B site. I think the bomb's rotating as well. There's only one person in the B site. They've got the entry on Crazy Guy earlier with Impressions, Desert Eagle. And the CTs haven't actually decided to rotate. I mean, now they've got a guy in Speedways moving slowly. And it's a good call because, yeah, they could get the entry in the B site and then move towards the A site, thinking that the CTs have rotated one person towards the B site. But it doesn't matter. One person will do it. Simon takes down Moxie. Viz goes ham as well from CT spawn to take down Impression. And it's an easy bomb site defense there, even though they lost Crazy Guy earlier to that 1D. But I don't know if we have a replay of that shot. It's pretty fantastic. Vietnam will secure that round, and it's 3-0. Singapore, though, with a full buy. No, we don't. It's another replay of the... I don't know what. Producers on drugs, guys. 2 for masses and an MP7 for Vietnam, but we do have 5 AK-47s for Singapore, and with that bomb plant they're able to buy quite a good bit of utility as well. So that's great. Impression. Trying to hold Banana. There's the deep smoke. Vietnam, you can see they've got nice aggression on the CT side, and that's really, really going to be difficult for Singapore to deal with, especially if they don't expect it. They need to throw those early nades, that early Molotov. I mean, you've got the utility. Spend a bit of money taking control of Banana at the beginning of the round. It's worth it. It's always worth it. And Singapore have to do that. Like it is now. They're one man down. Moxie's on relatively low health, but they're deciding to go towards the B site, which is a pretty good call for them because it's just Viz on his own. He's going to renew the bomb smoke, the B smoke, sorry. And the thing is, that is good usage of utility. Waiting until the 30th second, wow, 30th second to renew that smoke. But they're going to try and go through it regardless. They tried to pop flash, but Viz looks away. He sees it coming from a mile away. There's another pop flash from the terrorist, but it ends up actually popping Kuna S. And Viz is just going to tap away with the Tech 9 and get a double kill. One through the smoke. Really nicely done there. And it's 4-0. Vietnam picking up that round easily. Singapore really struggling now on the T side. What are they going to do? It's an eco now for them. They've picked up a couple of Tech 9s. Always dangerous. There's a mid-smoke. Reducing the vision of the Ts, allowing them to get pretty close. They're going to pop flash themselves through the smoke, but Viz times that Molotov perfectly, and it's going to be absolute fire. Viz and Zach, the firing squad, burning their opponents alive and demolishing them with an onslaught of bullets. Bombs moving towards the apartments from second mid. And the terrorists have set up a default. They've done a good job of getting control of Banana, but the thing is, I don't think that Vietnam really tried to get control of Banana that round. They pretty much gave it to them. Now when that happens, I guess of course Singapore will be able to take control of Banana. There's the smoke down. It's going to slow down the Singaporeans at least for another 17 seconds. Simon's going to try and fire away. And we do have an aggressive smoke at quad as well, just to put the CTs on alert at the A site, where the bomb is actually moving towards the B site here. So they're getting ready to throw those nades and utility and push forward. Kunes should probably just hold here and try and get a flank, which is what he's going to do. But look at this, Vietnam, they've got 2 players in the site and they're able to defend so far. Simon picking up a double, one with the Molotov as he takes down Alex. Zach is there to support as well. Viz has already rotated. And Kunes was already dead before he was even allowed to rotate and support. I think Kunes is actually replacing another Singaporean player who was playing yesterday. I can't remember who it is. Either way, it was a pretty standard round here for Vietnam, looking very solid on the CT side of Inferno, but Inferno is one of those maps where we are used to seeing loads of rounds for the CTs in a row. Just when the momentum starts going, it becomes very difficult. But Impression with 2 wonderful entry frags, fantastic by him, the in-game leader for Singapore, showing why he's worth his salt. And now the B site's under control. It could be the first round here for Singapore, and it could be the turn of events after that fantastic entry frag by Impression. Bomb's going to be moving towards the B site. They just have to keep control of the site, though. Some nice nades from the terrorists, so somehow they've put most of the Singaporean side under 50 health. Impression with another. He's done 3 frags. He's pretty much done his job. There's nothing much he can really do now. And the rest of the terrorists just need to keep holding on. Zach and Columbus, hungry to steal this victory away from the Singaporeans and make it 7-0, and they're going to be continuing to do that. Zach takes down Moxie. It's a good start. Another CT coming in from spawn as well. There's a Molotov, but it's going to be defused by a well-placed smoke as well. There's the entry, and Zach's going to go down. His teammate not able to support him from CT spawn, as Singapore will pick up 1 round, and their first round at that as well, to make it 6-1. So very good for Singapore. Very, very good indeed. Will Impression be able to continue with those entry frags? Or was it just a 1-round wonder? But on Inferno, if you can pick up 5 rounds on the T side, you'll be a very happy bunny. Kunes down. Impression pushing forward with Kunes to try and get control of Banana, but this time around Vietnam, they're going to show a bit of aggression. Nice mid Banana smoke by the CTs as well, and good picks from Crazy Guy, who's playing with the AWP now. Crazy Guy, also a new player for Vietnam, wasn't playing yesterday. Zach. They line up for him with the help of Viz, or actually Columbus. Perhaps Columbus's nade earlier hit them, but either way, there's 2 frags for Zach, and Singapore already down to Moxie. Seems like that round might have been a 1-round wonder for Singapore. Moxie's going to pick up a frag, at least hurting the Vietnamese economy slightly, but it's just not good enough now. 7-1, we're 8 rounds in, and Vietnam are leading quite comfortably against the Singaporeans. We saw some really nice entry frags by Impression that allowed Singapore to pick up 1 round. Vietnam again with the nice Banana aggression, good nades. Crazy Guy picking up yet another double kill over at Banana. It's interesting smoke. It's actually going to allow Zach to see Nico, even though I don't think they really meant it to be like that, but if they did, kudos to them. Viz will finish off the job. Easy anti-eco here for Vietnam. 8-1, Singapore now able to go for a full buy. Again, they're going to be trying to test the Singaporean defense. They won't have all the weapons that they would like. Impression only on 3k. So he's going to have to buy a Galil. Or maybe someone will drop him an AK-47. Oh, somebody dropped him something. How's he still got 3k? Oh no, that's just a GoTV bug. I was like, what? He just got a Galil and Arm and he's got 3k still. So impression already damaged to 67 health with Simon's nade. Simon's banana nade. I remember in Source when I first figured out that you could throw nades through that little gap. I used to do it at the beginning of every single round, absolutely loved it. Didn't really get any kills from it, but might have dealt a good bit of damage. Singapore in this game trying to prove that they can contend with the best of that Asia has to offer. And that's what this tournament is about. To show which nation has the best team, or which nations have the best teams in the Asian continent. And so far, Vietnam are giving a very, very, very good account of themselves, and a very good argument as to being one of the top 3 in the whole continent, and it's a very large continent at that as well. And we hope that the Asian CSGO scene continues to develop as well, that this tournament will be the one of many that will begin to happen. And remember, just if you have only joined us for the World Championships, for the Asian qualifiers, sorry, that there are the World Championships, and that this is for the World Championships. It's to qualify for one of 3 spots to the LAN finals, and it's a global tournament. We've had qualifiers in Africa, in South America, North America, Oceania, and Europe, which are happening at the same time. 8 teams will go from Europe. That's going to be an interesting qualifier indeed. A lot of top players will be involved. But one thing we've learned is that there is competition here in the Asian scene. But the top teams, they're top by a bit of a margin, as both Vietnam and China are on their way to pick... Well, China have picked up 9 rounds, but Vietnam on their way to parallel that and pick up 9 points as well in their group. We've got a disconnect here from the Singaporeans. So there's going to be a pause in the next round. It's a very slow eco round here from the teams. They're getting ready to push towards the A site finally. Justin's going to get 1 entry over at quad, but he goes down. And it's just Alex on his own, dropping from apartments. This will hunt him down. Looking at the scores, Zach, 18 frags and 4 deaths. Fantastic. Crazy guy, 11-4. He's done a good job holding the B site. Both players really shutting down their respective bomb sites. Vietnam as a whole has been playing very, very well indeed. Columbus has not really seen a lot of action because of the position he's been playing. I mean, he's playing pit, so he's only died twice, but at the same time, he's only got 4 kills, and most of those kills are probably on retakes or in the round just now, where they actually came down from apartments. We've got a reconnect from Nico. I think it was Nico disconnected, so we should be okay to restart the match. How are you guys doing over at the chat? Oh, the viewers, how are the viewers doing? You guys think Singapore have a chance to come back? Do you think there will be a comeback? Someone's saying no chance for Singapore. No belief. There is no belief. Even the Singaporean fans, they're not believing in the comeback. Oh. Madness, my friend. You just caught a cold. You probably caught my cold. I think you guys watching me will all catch colds. I think the thing is, my cold is starting to go, so I feel a lot better. I still have a bit of a dry cough, but I feel a lot better. I don't feel ill. Yeah, everyone's saying no. No one believes. There's no belief. By the way, if you have an account on Hitbox and you're in chat and you have not followed the stream, you have committed a crime against humanity. Simple as that. There is no discussion about it. You should be taken to international criminal courts and tried for war crimes. So if you haven't, do follow. You'll be given one more chance before we tell the Interpol and whatnot about you guys. Oh, Oscar, I'm sorry about that. You missed it. You might have won had you been awake. Maybe this time. There's one believer, Jonathan. He believes. He believes. He probably has loads of skins bet on Singapore, but he believes. It's about time we restart the match after a pretty lengthy pause. Singapore with a full bite, 10-1. They've got 4 more rounds left in this half. 4 more rounds that they can pick up. 4 more rounds to put them back into the game and make it a 10-5 score at the end of the first half. That is possible. Singapore, they can do it. We saw Impression suddenly just light up with magnificent skill and get those entry frags. Can he do that again? Columbus here in Apartments throws a nade. Lands next to Nico. Doesn't do any considerable amount of damage though. And they're trying to put pressure. Nobody's at banana. The CTs haven't gone for aggressive banana control this time. Sorry. Excuse me, guys. And the more passive the Vietnamese are, the more chance the Singaporeans have at picking up a round. We will see an A execute. Smokes are going to be thrown here from second mid. Moxie with that pit smoke. And the flashes for outside as well. They're going to push forward. Who's going to lead the way, though? Will it be Impression? Nice counter flash from the CTs. They're definitely slowing down this impending push. Nico pushing in from Apartments. Columbus is going to be on the other side, but is deciding to come with the rest of his teammates from quad. It's going to be a 5-man quad push. They're just spraying through the smoke, just in case there's going to be somebody at the end of that. But there is no one. Columbus is in the site already, and 2 of his teammates. And it's absolute slaughter. Zach picking up 3 frags. Columbus here on pit, firing away. Nico and Kunis with a frag each, but it's not enough. Columbus makes it 2, and that was Zach and Columbus over at quad, absolutely dominating. And the thing is, those smokes either didn't land in their positions or they dissipated, but they were absolutely useless. And I mean, the whole point of the smoke is to smoke off the guys in sight and to smoke off the guys in pit. But Zach, absolutely fantastic, picking up a triple kill. I mean, that is really, really nicely done there by Zach. And Vietnam will continue to hold. Forced by now from the Singaporeans. Maybe they're going to go for a fast B. Maybe they're going to go for a fast A. But those Tech 9s with the movement accuracy can be pretty brutal here on these forced by rounds. Yeah, still pushing. They still believe. Singapore, the small country that has a lot of heart. The underdog team. Is showing that they will mess with the best. Nice pop flash there. Zach will pick up an easy frag. Great teamwork from Viz. There's a return. Crazy Guy's going to take out Kunis, trying to push up Banana. And there's no controlled attack. It's the Singaporeans trying to find some frags here and there over on the A side and the B side. Maybe they're trying to sell a fake, but either way, it's not going to work out for them. Simon picks up a frag. Whaps out his P250. Impression takes him out. And he picks up an M4 for his troubles as well. He'll be able to survive though. That M4 actually has no bullets. He's not been able to reload it. Turns around with a Tech 9. And that's just 2 frags that Impression will be able to pick up. 12-1. Singapore now. Closer and closer to losing their chance of qualifying to the winners bracket of the Asian qualifiers. They're only 4 rounds away from being pretty much kicked out of the tournament. They tried their best. I mean, they were able to come back against the South Koreans and get a draw to keep the dream alive, but right now the Vietnamese players are just too strong. They're just too good. They're just that much better. Crazy Guy, the substitute for the Vietnamese, has been a fantastic opera on the B side. Very, very good indeed. Zach has dominated quad. Absolutely dominated. And you need a quad player like that. Somebody who can pick up double and triple kills every time the terrorists line up. That is a solid A-site defense. Vietnam look very scary here on Inferno with the combined efforts of Crazy Guy and Zach. The A and B site completely closed off. No entry. Massive sign in Vietnamese. No entry here. Singapore still have a match after this. Oh, Crazy Guy. Dear Lord. Above in heaven, what was that? Lined up for him again. 2 kills, 1 shot. We've seen a lot of them here in this tournament. I think so far we've seen like 3 or 4 in the Asian qualifiers only. One of them was actually with a scout. 14-1. Very, very brutal by Vietnam. Merciless. Absolutely merciless. Singapore getting really, really badly bloodied here by the stronger side. And the thing is, if they lose any round now, it's game over for Singapore. Any round lost. So this pistol is incredibly important. But let's see. We've seen 13-2, 12-3 comebacks on Inferno. It's so CT-sided that it allows that to happen. And will Singapore be any good? No aggression from them here. They've got 2 players trying to peek mid, but it's very smart by Vietnam using the Glock train and moving from apartments. It's actually a very, very good setup. Impression is going to be standing with the 5-7. He picks up 2. He picks up 3. Impression trying to hold them off, trying to keep hopes for Singapore alive. But is he going to be able to do that? As Crazy picks up 2. He's got Simon as well. It's a 2 versus 2 now. Kunis is going to try and hold them off from pushing in towards the A site, but the bomb is at apartments. Crazy Guy are actually at pit. Crazy Guy trying to stay alive. Simon is going to get an entry on Nico, and it's just Kunis. Kunis goes down. Simon does it. He puts the final nail on the coffin, and he ends dreams of Singapore moving on to the winners bracket. It's been a very dominating performance by Vietnam, and it looks like Vietnam are going to qualify from this group in flying colors. Absolutely fantastic by them, picking up a 16-1 win against South Korea, and it seems perhaps a 16-1 win against Singapore as well, and also demolishing Japan. They look like a very, very scary team, and they look like a team that's going to contend in the LAN finals if they continue and if they qualify as well. But they've done the first step. They're going to be joining China, most likely, in the final stage of this tournament, in the final group, where there'll be 4 teams, and 3 of them will be going on to the LAN finals. So, big congratulations to Vietnam. Everyone get ready. You're going to be buying your Vietnam jerseys soon. And that was so close, and it's so heartbreaking for a player like Impression, who's done his best for his side. Vietnam looks so solid, and the scary thing is, I mean, okay, they've got 3 Skyred players, but 2 are not. And the 2 non-Skyred players are always scary. They're always scary. Yesterday, who was it? It was Viz and... yesterday it was Viz and Simon. Viz and Simon are both non-Skyred players. And now we've got Crazy Guy. I don't know if Crazy Guy is actually Skyred. I don't think so. But anyway, Zach is actually doing really well. Yesterday, Zach was okay. But either way, you know, they've got non-Skyred players who are very scary. So Vietnam showing that they've got more than one team that has very, very good players. Nico with a nice backstab of Zach. They've already dropped 2 players down. The bomb's moving towards the B site. However, Kuna hiding in the fountain. He's got his boots wet at the moment. And they're lining up for him, but he's not landing any headshots. Crazy Guy and Simon will get the entries, and it's 3 versus 3. Singapore now only delaying the inevitable, even if they pick up this round. But I think that's it. 2 AK-47s and an MP7 against the motley purchase here from the Singaporeans. They're able to pick up a Galil on Moxie. There's 1 player in Banana, another behind the boxes. Simon as well over at Oranges. An Impression, he's trying his best with what he has, switches onto his shotgun, pushes forward, tries to find Columbus, but there are the 2 frags from Vietnam, and the 3rd and final one. As there you have it, 16-1. Whoa, 2 16-1s from Vietnam. That is really, really dominating by this by the Southeast Asian country, and they have been very, very fantastic this tournament. They're really showing they're one of the best, if not the best, Asian team in the world, or Asian nation in CSGO in the world. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they do in the LAN. If they qualify, they've still got 1 more step, which they'll probably do fine in. They're in the winners bracket, or the winners playoffs with China, and we'll be deciding the next two teams in the next couple of days with Group C and D, so don't miss any of that. We'll be right back